Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and Coffee Stream episode 397. And it's been an interesting weekend here in Ontario, let me tell you. I hope, first of all, that everyone is having a good Monday, wherever you happen to be. But yeah, it's been an interesting weekend, with the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, on Friday, starting out by saying that there would be no outdoor recreation, no parks open, police would be allowed to stop you and ask you where you were or going, why you were out of your house, stuff like that. And they have since been rolling back some of these restrictions over the weekend amid huge pushback from both civilians and the medical community, saying that these are like the outdoor recreation stuff is just completely not a scientific move whatsoever. Hey, Jesse. Hello, Wikipedia snippet. Hello, Mr. Gunfox. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, Maple Leaf Prison. Yep. So yeah, it's been very weird. And the before the police powers, because even some of those have been walked back. But before those were walked back, a lot of regional police services were putting out public statements saying, yeah, we won't be doing any of this. There are border checkpoints, though, apparently, at the borders of Manitoba and Quebec. There are police checking and asking why you are crossing the border. It's... Hey, Costin. It's insane. Oh, you're moving to Texas. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Gunny. I hope you enjoy it there. Let's see. So, yeah, with that, and then of course that happening provincially, we have the federal government, the Liberal Party, tabling their budget finally after 2 years. 2 years they've been in office and they have not put out a budget until today. I was really hoping that the budget... You'll be working for SpaceX? That is fucking awesome. That is awesome, Gunny. Hey, JP. Congratulations, dude. I really hope you enjoy it. And I hope that it's a bit less... well, I'm sure it'll be stressful in its own way, but I hope it's less demanding on you. Oh, what was I gonna say? So yeah, I was hoping that the budget speech was going to be at least live or had already been given by now so that I could share it with you. But no, it still has not come out. Spittlebuggies, hello. You'll be on the Starship logistics team. That is awesome, dude. That is way to go, man. Way to go. Cheers to Gunfox. That is so awesome, and that is so fucking cool, actually. That is really cool. So let's take a look here, and I will be continuously checking throughout the stream to see if the budget speech has been dropped. Pink Hollow did send me an article about the budget because there was a government, apparently a top government official who was not authorized to speak on the matter. So the new and improved a source familiar with the matter. So we can look at that and maybe get a glimpse of what the budget might contain. But unfortunately, we don't have a actual budget speech to look at yet, which kind of sucks. I now suspect that Gunfox 61 is becoming cool. Yep, no shit. Let's see. I start May 5th. Oh, that's awesome. Seamus! Holy shit, dude! It's not a budget, it's a copy of the largest debt in Canadian history. Yup. The news in your Discord is super toxic, spicy. Read at your own risk. Oh boy. I'm scared. Seamus, welcome. It's been a good while. It's been a good while. Hi, hope you're doing well, sir. So let's not, since we're speaking about the budget, let's take a look at the article that Pinkolo sent. All right. Let's get this shared. Oh, excuse me. I should not be yawning. I actually went to bed at a reasonable time last night. Okay. So this is an article basically that's predicting what's going to be in the budget based on supposedly insider information. So let's take a look here. Liberals to release federal budget with... Wait, hold on. Liberals to release federal budget with eye on managing crisis post-pandemic growth. So let's take a look here. Okay. And let's turn this up.
End of the list.
Whoa, that's a bit too loud.
Crow, 20 trillion to Ottawa. The federal government will this afternoon unveil its spending plans to manage the remainder of the COVID-19 crisis and chart an economic course in a post-pandemic Canada.
Oh, this afternoon. Oh, damn.
The Liberals' first budget in 2 years is expected to outline the government's plans for a national child care system, including what strings will be attached to any spending.
A national child care system. Grand!
There are also expected to be measures to boost the supply of affordable housing and money aimed at greening the economy as the Liberals look to chart a path for promises on climate change.
So stuff that doesn't really matter. Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland is being asked by provinces for more healthcare money to manage the ongoing pandemic and future costs, while hard-hit businesses, charities and workers are looking for a pledge to keep aid flowing beyond the summer when many programs are slated to end.
Yeah.
Free screen. Frame. Without a parliament, there is also a political element to the budget, as the government needs to find at least one other major party to support the document in confidence votes in the House of Commons.
Oh, yes. This could be the election called, guys.
Without a parliamentary dance partner, the government would fall and the country would be plunged into a federal election campaign.
Good.
Elliott Hughes, a one-time advisor to the last Liberal finance minister to table a budget, Bill Morneau, said this budget should balance Canadians' present concerns about the pandemic with longer-term economic needs.
Which it won't.
The document will also likely outline the Trudeau Liberals' vision for the country that will, in turn, give opposition parties a chance today to lay out their own ideas to voters, he added. You are currently...
This is true, yeah. This is big. This is absolutely a very there. This is probably the biggest budget in Canadian history. Most not just because of its possible debt incursion, but because of the fact that it is most likely going to fall as a confidence vote.
It's for people to reflect and see and think, what kind of approach by government best suits me and who do I want leading, frankly, in the years to come as we emerge from the pandemic, said Hughes, now with Summa Strategies. The deadly virus has led to economic restrictions that in turn forced the closure of non-essential businesses, schools and daycares, causing a historic slide in employment. You are currently on a tech. There was an equally historic flow of federal aid to brace the financial foundations of businesses and households, with today's budget detailing last year's deficit that was last estimated to be $380 billion. Although the economy overall has done better than previously expected, there are still pockets of hurt in the country with sectors highly reliant on in-person interactions, such as restaurants and tourism, looking at a long recovery.
Yep.
Public confidence, too, is being shaken in government as Canadians feel under siege in the face of a third wave of COVID-19, said Kathy Brock, a professor at Queen's University School of Policy Studies.
Absolutely. This whole like third wave and lockdown, this is really irking Canadians, and this is going to, like, a lot of Canadians usually just vote where they always vote, but this is going to shake things up. Provincially for sure, federally, oh, excuse me. Federally, maybe. I hope. But the thing is that, but, it's very laughs at America's debt spending. Yeah. But it's very, this is going to be a very decisive budget.
They're looking at this budget to say, well, what can government do and what is government going to do to help citizens, to help sectors of the economy, Brock said. The Liberals favored fiscal guardrail to keep spending from going off the rails. The debt to GDP ratio has itself gone astray. The government should work to stabilize the figure and outline a plan to eventually reduce it, said our BC senior economist Josh Nye. You are currently...
And they won't. That's the thing. They won't. They don't care about that.
It's going to take an extremely long time to get back to the levels that we saw pre-pandemic, he said. Certainly making sure things are moving in the right direction. I think that's something that investors and rating agencies will want to see.
Absolutely. And you can tell that the Liberal government doesn't care about the GDP to debt ratio because of the way that when Mr. Polyev brings it up all the time, they're just like, oh, ha, whatever. Oh, scoff.
This report by the Canadian Press was first published April 19.
So yeah, that's the predicted, or that's the forecast, I guess, of the budget. It hasn't dropped yet, so we can't fully react to it. The US and Canada could go bankrupt if they don't open up. Oh, absolutely, Gun Fox. They absolutely, very much likely will. It's very ridiculous how our governments want us to be poor, want us to be subservient, want us to just fall in line. It's very scary. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at some of the other things Pincalo has sent us here, because they have to do with the things I was talking about over the weekend that were happening. So we'll take a look at these, and then I have a couple of articles as well that I found this morning. So we'll take a look at those as well. I can't do anything over an hour because I still have the 6-year-old At home, he's on the Chromebook right now, but I'm going to take him to the park after. Okay. Stop yawning. What the fuck? What is your malfunction? So this is an opinion piece by our friend Joe Warmington from the Toronto Sun, I believe. So Warmington says Ontario police chiefs say no thanks to Ford's new COVID-19 stop laws. Yep. All right, let's take a look at this.
Photo by Craig Robertson /
Okay.
Just because Premier Doug Ford has given police the power to stop and question why people are out of their homes does not mean every service will use it. In fact, many police services and the associations who represent their officers have already said no to these new measures that feel more like police state rules than they do something introduced in a free country.
Yep. Absolutely. It's it was crazy. Just crazy. The whole, the absolute, like, the just the you can be stopped to be asked where you're going, why you're out of your home, and it's nuts.
YouTube video. YouTube. For end up. This includes Toronto Police.
Yeah, it did.
Chief James Romer took to Twitter Saturday saying new emergency orders announced yesterday to help limit the spread of COVID-19 are now in effect. The Toronto Police Service will continue to engage, educate and enforce, but we will not be doing random stops of people or cars. Halton Regional Police Chief Steve Tanner has also made it clear his service won't be backed into a corner by the new guidelines.
Nope.
The Halton Police has always, and will always work closely and in cooperation with our citizens, he tweeted. During this next COVID-19 phase we will continue to engage, explain and educate our citizens. Enforcement will be a last resort and only when absolutely required for public safety. Story continues below. Your third-party ad contact group.
Yeah, there were so many police forces on Twitter just going, no, we are not doing this.
End up. Third-party YouTube video. YouTube. For end up. Unmute video. Peel Regional Police Association President Adrian Woolley said no matter what, his members will not be participating in anything that goes beyond what they are entitled to do constitutionally. I believe that these new measures called for by Doug Ford are in direct conflict with our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, he tweeted. Further, they place all of our active frontline members in an untenable position when directed by politicians to enforce these measures.
He's not wrong. On either count, this is incredibly unconstitutional. It is in direct conflict with our Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And it does put officers in a very untenable position. Incredibly so. And an incredibly unsafe position. It's not something that should be asked of police. Serious papers, please, SS5s. Yep. Yep, exactly, Seamus. Exactly.
As he told the Toronto Sun, what these new powers do is make the police the bad guy.
They do. They do, and that's not what you need right now.
And he's indicated to his membership that they should not have to hand out $750 tickets to families at now off-limits children's playgrounds either.
Yeah. Where the playgrounds are the playground restriction has been lifted, but yeah, there were people were like, we're still gonna take our kids to the park. This is stupid. So yeah.
Can you imagine? Dear Lord, said Woolley, it's not what my members signed up for. Heading level 2. More on this topic.
Good man. Good man. See, the police are not like, people always go, oh, the police are against us. No, they're not. Sounds like the police are tired of being the brunt of public anger. Well, yeah. Papers, please. Oh, your papers are not in order. Yeah. Exactly. It's it's crazy. I can't understand why people think this is okay. And the crazy thing is that there are people that think that this is okay. It's there are people reacting on social media in the comments that are like, "No, this is fine. This is good. This is people need to stay home." It's like, "What?" People who are at risk, yes, they should be isolating themselves. But people who are young, are healthy, like we cannot just hide in our homes for the rest of eternity because of this virus. We really can't. I don't know how what else to say about that, but they're sheep. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are sheep. Why the fuck did they restrict playgrounds? Kids need exercise. Oh, Jesse, they were trying to say that this is to curb the spread of the virus, when scientifically it's been proven that outdoor exposure is low, and surface contamination is low. Like the virus dies very quickly on surfaces, and sunlight has an effect on the virus. So it being spring and there being more sun and all of that, let's close down the playgrounds, right? Cops still aren't friends. Let's see here. Oops. So where is I have a couple of articles here. So here's one from that I just found. Come on, open, open, open. Open faster. Why aren't you opening faster? I told you to go faster. Why are you not listening to me? Here, let me reload you. Stupid thing. It's not like I'm trying to stream here and have some semblance of flow or anything. But there, you stupid Chrome. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Do. Oh, I really hope I'm not getting an ear infection. My ears are bothering me. Okay. So, I found this story just before the stream. So this says, Levy, 3 prominent docs called lockdowns a waste of time. And the author of the title, or the article, is Sue-Ann Levy. Published yesterday. And where is the beginning of this? Here we go. Okay. Here we go.
They've been called witch doctors and snake oil salesmen for daring to go against the prevailing groups think about lockdowns and to challenge the preening camera-hungry medical experts who don't represent the experience of clinicians and nurses on the front lines of the COVID battle.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that absolutely. That they would be called that. Hello there, Zombie Teddy. Let's see. Hey, Duck Dog. Let's see. Let's see.
But in a lengthy Zoom interview this past week, Paul Elias Alexander, Howard Tenenbaum and Harvey Risch, all PhDs working out of prominent universities, told me flat out that lockdowns are a complete waste of time.
They're right. They are a complete waste of time. They don't work. They cause more mental health issues than anything. Um, Economically, they're bad. It's just a bad. It doesn't work. Hey, Selecta Boy. All right.
YouTube video player. Group. Lockdown lowdown. Broad-based. Lorit and up. YouTube video. Risch, a professor of epidemiology at the Yale School of Medicine, called them counterproductive.
They are.
Howard Tenenbaum image. Howard Tenenbaum. Photo by supply. He said while lockdowns can reduce the numbers of COVID-infected patients, they only have a fighting chance when you can move every infected person out of a population.
Yeah. And you can't.
Once the lockdown ends, there are people waiting to be infected, he noted. Once an epidemic has spread widely in a population or around the world, there's no chance you can eradicate the virus completely, Risch said, adding that putting travelers in quarantine for 14 days is also a waste of time.
Yeah.
Heading level 2. Advertisement. Story. Third-party ad. Third-part. This advertise. Heading level 2. This is all show. This is all theater. Alexander, a PhD educated in epidemiology who recently worked for the Health and Human Services Department in Washington, D.C. as a senior advisor on COVID-19 pandemic policy, said they have a year's worth of data showing there have been crushing harms from the draconian lockdowns.
There have. We see this, we talk about it all the time on this show. Suicide rates going up, drug overdose rates going up, domestic violence rates going up. It's getting bad.
The present lockdown and school closures are not sustainable, illogical, and often driven by an ill-informed, sensationalized media, he added.
Absolutely.
YouTube, frame. The controversial Alexander, who has repeatedly criticized Dr. Anthony Fauci for scaring Americans unnecessarily, said they saw data in the United States last summer indicating a dramatic spike among university and college students wanting to commit suicide because they couldn't deal with the impact of isolation and being locked down.
Absolutely. This is incontrovertible evidence here. And voiceover, it's Anthony Fauci.
We were seeing 300% increase in reported self-harms among kids in primary and elementary school, said the McMaster University assistant professor.
That is sad. Elementary and primary school. That's little kid. That's kids from kindergarten to 11. That's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking.
We were also seeing data that business owners were hanging themselves across America. The collateral damage was far worse than COVID.
Jesus.
Alexander said he feels the new provincial lockdown, announced on Friday, might be the thing that breaks the backs of Ontarians because there's no credible basis for it based on the data accumulated over the past 14 months.
No, there's not. That's why everybody is just outright disobeying. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people are just outright disobeying the latest restrictions because everyone is just so sick of it. They're so sick of the misinformation. They're sick of the repetition of things that clearly don't work. This is definitely going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And it's not going to be pretty. This is terrible. So yeah, this is... Ugh. So here we go.
He added that the lockdowns prevent low-risk individuals in society, children, teenagers, and healthy middle-aged people, from going about their normal lives freely with sensible precautions.
Yep.
Heading level 2. Story continues. Third-party ad content. This advertisement has heading level 2. By locking down, you're preventing natural immunity or some reasonable level close to it, said Alexander.
Absolutely. That's another huge thing, is that we need natural immunity. Like, we absolutely need natural immunity.
Rish said that what we've faced is a massive epidemic of stupidity.
Yes! I couldn't put it better myself.
Tenenbaum, a periodontist based at the University of Toronto with a PhD in cell biology, added early on in the pandemic, they knew that an antibiotic called doxycycline could be a very effective agent to inhibit enzymes and the hyperinflammation that destroys lung tissue after COVID gets a hold of a patient.
Yep.
When he tried to present it to his university colleagues, he said he was met with stone silence and incredulity because no one believed an antibiotic could work.
Wow.
He added there have been lawsuits in the U.S. over getting such drugs to patients who were going to die.
That is just brain bending.
Rish contended huge pharmaceutical companies have controlled the narrative at universities and in medical journals for their interests.
Yeah, they have. And this is usually shit that makes you sound like a crazy conspiracy nut. But the unfortunate thing is that there is proof. That's the sad part. There's proof now. Like, and if you try to present that proof, there are people that will call you a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Harvey Risch image. He said hydroxychloroquine could and was being used as well, but when former President Donald Trump started tweeting about it, many attacked the drug because they disliked the president.
Yep, I remember that. Huge. Because Trump was saying that it was helpful, everyone was like, no, you can't use it.
Risch claimed that the pharmaceutical industry also revved up a campaign against the drug to subvert the playing field and leave the road open for more expensive products, not just vaccines.
Yep.
Alexander said in North America and in Europe, there has been a huge failure to properly protect the elderly in nursing homes and long-term facilities using a combination of antibiotics and other treatments, including vitamin D and zinc.
He's probably not wrong, because in nursing homes, really, unless you get a really good one, you kind of just get basic care.
Heading level 2. More on this topic.
This is really unfortunate. And of course it's also unfortunate that these 3 doctors are getting just thrown under the bus for their evidentiary based opinions. It's crazy. So, what's the next article that I have here? What do I have? What is next? Come on, Jesus Christ. Computer, what are you doing? Okay. What's the next article that I have here? Oh yes, here is one about the border checkpoints. Here we go. So this next article is about the border checkpoints at Quebec and Ontario. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so police will begin stopping Ontario-bound passenger vehicles Monday. So I guess this is from the, like, coming through the Quebec side. And the subheading says officers will require only a verbal reason why someone needs to enter province, the OPP says. It doesn't matter. It's the fucking principle of the thing. And here we've got a picture of a police checkpoint on the Macdonald Cartier Bridge.
Ottawa police say they will have officers stationed at all 5 interprovincial bridges and 2 ferries linking the Outaouais and Ottawa. It's all in response to a link provincial order restricting only essential travel into Ontario. You are
only essential travel.
Chrome has new.
And who gets to decide what? And who gets to decide what's essential travel? Let's see here.
From neighboring provinces, the measures come into effect at 12:01 a.m. Monday and restrict travel to those who live or work in Ontario or enter in the province for healthcare reasons, Indigenous treaty rights, child care or custody matters, transporting goods, or are traveling through the province to go somewhere else. You are correct.
Wait.
Link from neighboring provinces. Link. It's all in response to a link provincial order restricting only essential travel into Ontario.
Okay, let's hear this list again.
From neighboring provinces, the measures come into effect at 12:01 a.m. Monday and restrict travel to those who live or work in Ontario or enter in the province for healthcare reasons, Indigenous treaty rights, child care or custody matters, transporting goods, or are traveling through the province to go somewhere else.
So that doesn't sound very restricted.
List 1 item bullet link end of the officers will be stationed 24/7 on the Ontario side of the Champlain, Portage, Chaudière and Macdonald Cartier bridges as well as the docks for the Quyen and the Bourbon A ferries, the Ottawa Police Service wrote in a release Sunday afternoon.
That's crazy.
Officers will also be stationed at the Alexandra Bridge, as the provincial order also applies to pedestrians and cyclists, according to the statement.
Pedestrians and, oh my god.
We have to trust that people are going to be honest.
Yeah, you do. And nobody is.
Semicolon, Inspector Michelle Marin. Police said officers will only stop private passenger vehicles and not commercial ones, which are exempt from the provincial order. You are currently on a
So, I guess they might consider Pink Hollow's vehicle a private passenger vehicle, even if it's carrying cargo.
We're going to ask for a reason why you're going in. Heading level 2. No written documentation needed. He said officers don't have plans to issue fines to people who may reoffend. Ottawa police say they will have officers stationed at all 5 interprovincial bridges and 2 ferries linking the Outaouais and Ottawa. It's all in response to a link.
So, yeah, that's what's going on at the borders of the province. But the police don't seem like they're going to be doing much enforcement.
Custom notice, 12:37 p.m. Gun Fox 61, Duck Dog May Canada 51st State. 12:37 p.m. Selected Loy, Wow SMH.
Wow, that's shaking my head. Yep.
12:35 p.m. Gun Fox 61, Blind I bet they let semi-trucks in.
I bet they let semi-trucks in. Oh, they would.
Custom notice,
They would.
12:37 p.m. Gun Fox 61, Duck Dog May Canada custom notice.
What's the next article here? Oh, excuse me. Holy shit. Okay. Let me check and see if the budget is being streamed yet.
Selected. The call. Blind press. Not back. Button. Back. Selected. Home. Selected. I got a secret. I got music. I got top. Close. Federal government promises help for Ontario.
Let's see. CPAC is probably going to be streaming it.
They did it. NASA's helicopter action. Content settings. They Blade Runner stories. Blair. CPAC. My thoughts on Jake. CPAC. My thought. Green Party.
See.
COVID-19. So I got harsh messages about COVID-19 and PEI. Update. Harsh messages about my emotional video. Ellipsis. 12 minutes. 2 seconds. Go to channel. Camera. Never do this with your doctor. I'm bad.
Let's see.
Update on COVID-19. 6 more cases confirmed. April 19th, 2021. 1 hour. 2 minutes. Go to channel. CPAC 100. The morning night. Nunavut update on COVID-19.
Nunavut update.
The morning night live. CPAC shared. Eyes. Fine. Brain. Morning brain drain toilet. DAKKAD. The Nunavut update on COVID. Go to channel.
Let's go to the CPAC channel.
625. COVID-19 vertical line federal. CPAC updated today. But COVID-19 Canada response. Heading. 528. 269. COVID-19 236. 230. 203 uploads.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find any type of. Let's see. No. Not yet. That sucks. That sucks. Hello, Spencer. Peacock show again. Hey, honey. No, I'm not. I'm not biting that. Let's grab a story from the Discord. Let's jump into the news for the coffee stream. See what there is here. Let's see. Oh! Let's take a break from. Let's take a break from COVID and politics for a minute and read about a guy getting bitten by a snake. Shall we? Alright. Let's do that. And then I've got an Ingenuity, the Mars rocket story that we're going to finish with. And then I'm going to go take the little boy to the park. Oh, let's see. By the way, there is an anti-lockdown protest scheduled in the evil city of Stratford this Sunday. Oh, really? Wow. Even Stratford is getting... That's crazy. Okay. Let's see here. Let's reload so that the new message will come through. Oh, it kicked me out of my DMs. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. Did I not hit the send button? It would help if I hit the send button. There we go. Fucking dumbass. Why is the message not showing up? 'Cause you didn't hit the send button, you dumb fuck. Ugh. Let's see. I told you it's nuclear toxic. All right, let's take a look at this story. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so where are we here? Worker bitten by viper at San Diego Zoo. The worker was taken to the hospital for evaluation and treatment. So let's take a look here. All right. Here we go.
A San Diego Zoo wildlife care specialist was bitten Monday by a venomous snake while they were in an area away from the public, an official said. The worker was taken to the hospital for evaluation and treatment after the bite from the African bush viper, the official said,
Ooh.
stressing that incidents like this are very rare, and the snake was contained at all times with no risk of an escape.
So what was the specialist doing that got them bitten?
Hello to Wikipedia's 12:46 p.m. Dog. What? 12:45 p.m. Gunfox 61. Oh, this one is not that spicy.
Oh, this one is not that spicy. No, it's not.
The condition of the employee was known Tuesday. Heading level 3. Local. Heading level 3. Link. San Diego link. Bullet. January. Heading link. Bullet.
So yeah, a guy got bit. Let's take a look at one more story. Let's see if I can find another story from Gunny here. Let's see. Oh, let's read this one. Hopefully the New York Post won't paywall me, because that would be annoying. This time I actually hit the send button. Okay. So this is apparently a story about a Connecticut woman who was arrested 3 times in 24 hours. So hopefully the New York Post is not going to paywall me here. Let me check before I share the screen. Does not look like it. Okay. I could be wrong, but let's chance it. Let's chance it, shall we? Okay. What the hell? What did you do? StreamYard? Why is tab not working? That's weird. Okay, let's try this again. What the fuck is going on? Okay, apparently I'm not allowed to share my screen. There we go. That was weird. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get back to the YouTube chat.
12:44 p.m. See X Twitter, X Twitter, Discord,
No, not Discord. YouTube chat.
Discord, X Twitter, YouTube.
There we go.
12:46 p.m. Gunbox 12:48 p.m. Streamlabs.
Okay.
Chat 12:49 p.m. Hi.
Hi, Parody Bear. Okay, so this says Connecticut woman arrested 3 times in 24 hours. Then this is a New York Post article. It is from April 13th, but still. Okay, here we go. Let's take a listen.
Connecticut gunman. A Connecticut woman was reportedly arrested 3 times in the span of 24 hours over the weekend.
Jesus Christ.
Heather Poplaski, 32, was first busted at about 6:30 p.m. Saturday when she allegedly stepped towards a victim with a large kitchen knife during a domestic argument at a Plainfield home, police Link told Fox 61.
Okay. So she's a bit crazy.
Period. Poplaski, according to police, also allegedly threatened to cut herself to make it appear the victim had injured her.
Okay, so she's a lot crazy.
She was charged with disorderly conduct and reckless endangerment, the outlet reported. The woman was released on bond and sent to the hospital for observation, where she received a summons for some type of incident involving workers at the medical facility. You are currently...
No.
After leaving the hospital, Poplaski allegedly violated the conditions of her release by returning to the home where the feud took place, leading to another arrest on charges including disorderly conduct and criminal trespass, the report said.
Jesus
On the
Christ.
text element. Following her second arrest, she was held on $25,000 cash bail. While in custody, she's accused of purposely flooding her cell by clogging the toilet with toilet paper and other trash.
Oh.
Are currently on...
So she's a fucking nutcase. Just a complete nutcase. Psycho bitch, yep. Exactly, Jesse. Psycho bitch. Let's see.
For that incident, Poplaski was charged with criminal mischief. Filed under Link arrest.
That's insane. 3 times in 24 hours. Wow. Okay. Now it's time for our Mars rocket story, and that's going to end the stream. And then I'm going to go to the park. Okay. There we go. And share screen. So, here we go. NASA's Mars Ingenuity helicopter achieves first powered controlled flight on another planet. That is cool. That is really cool. So let's take a look here. Sorry, I'm trying to get past. Where are we here? Okay. Here we go. Sorry, guys.
Cape Canaveral, FLA, NASA's experimental helicopter Ingenuity rose into the thin air above the dusty red surface of Mars on Monday, achieving the first powered flight by an aircraft on another planet.
That is so cool.
The triumph was hailed as a Wright brothers moment. The mini 4-pound, 1.8 kilogram copter even carried a bit of wing fabric from the Wright flyer that made similar history at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, in 1903.
Oh, so cool.
Altimeter data confirms that Ingenuity has performed its first flight, the first flight of a powered aircraft on another planet, said the helicopter's chief pilot back on Earth, Havard Grip, his voice breaking as his teammates erupted in applause.
That is so cool. We just flew a plane on another planet. That is wicked cool. Oh, Pincalo is home.
Heading level 2. Related stories.
Is there any
List
more
bullet,
underneath
link,
this?
bullet, and heading level 2. List 1 I bullet link and it project.
Yes,
It was
there
a brief
is.
hop, just 39 seconds, but accomplished all the major milestones.
Still, we flew a freaking plane on another planet. That's
Project
pretty
manager
cool.
Min Young was jubilant as she ripped out the papers holding the plan in case the flight had failed. We've been talking so long about our Wright brothers moment, and here it is, she said. You are currently...
That is freaking awesome. I'm sorry, we flew a helicopter on another planet, not a plane. They are different. So yes. That is something out of Star Trek. More of a Sikorsky moment, yeah. Let's see.
Flight controllers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California declared success after receiving the data and images via the Perseverance rover. Ingenuity hitched a ride to Mars on Perseverance, clinging to the rover's belly upon their arrival in an ancient river delta in February.
Very, very cool.
The $85 million helicopter demo was considered high risk, yet high reward. Each world gets only one first flight, all observed earlier this month.
And it's a tiny helicopter. Like, it's a freaking 4-pound helicopter. That's how heavy it is. It's a tiny freaking helicopter, and it was almost $100 million. Oh look, there's Pincalo's drone. And it's stuck.
It's always stuck. Hi, everybody.
Ah!
Bye.
Scientists cheer the news from around the world and even from space. A whole new way to explore the alien terrain in our solar system is now at our disposal, Nottingham Trent University astronomer Daniel Brown said from England.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that on a gas giant, though. I would, yeah, or Venus.
The fact they were able to get it off the ground is actually still impressive.
For sure.
But what I would have thought was I would have seen it pop in my head. I see a pop up drone like. But I saw what this thing looks like. It's pretty badass looking.
This first test flight, with more to come by Ingenuity, holds great promise, Brown noted. Future helicopters could serve as otherworldly scouts for rovers and eventually astronauts in difficult, dangerous locales.
Yeah, except I could only think of Mars that you could do that on, because, like I said, you couldn't do it on any of the gas giants. You couldn't do it on Venus. Unless you were, like, way up in the upper atmosphere.
Ground controllers had to wait more than 3 excruciating hours before learning whether the pre-programmed flight had succeeded more than 170 million miles, 287 million kilometers, away. When the news finally came, the operation center filled with applause, cheers and laughter. More followed when the first black and white photo from Ingenuity appeared, showing the helicopter's shadow as it hovered above the surface of Mars. The shadow of greatness. Mars helicopter first flight on another world complete, NASA astronaut Victor Glover tweeted from the International Space Station.
That is awesome.
Custom, 12:57 p.m. Jesse and Fox, keeping callow. 12:57 p.m. Dog at Wikipedia snippet because the wings move on the helicopter. It's not custom emojis. Next came stunning color video of the copter's clean landing, taken by Perseverance, the best host little Ingenuity could ever hope for. Said in thanking everyone. The helicopter hovered for 30 seconds at its planned altitude of 10 feet, 3 meters, and spent 39 seconds airborne, more than 3 times longer than the first successful flight of the Wright flyer, which lasted a mere 12 seconds on December 17, 1903.
That is so cool. that is well done. Well done to NASA and to the team. That is very, very, very cool. And on that note, my friends, it's time for me to go and go to the park. It is time for me to go to the park. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves today. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. There won't be a Beat the Blind Girl stream tomorrow because I need to go get my eyes cleaned in the afternoon. So yeah, I won't have time for that. But come back for Wednesdays with Skep on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.